All right, let's go. Day one. We're going now through the video that actually breaks out in the workbook what we did as an estimate, right, of what those expenses should look like. Again, I'm here in Kansas City representing in the Midwest, and so some of these expenses may be lower than your area or they could be higher, but we're kind of in the middle, right? So let's jump in here real quick and jump to what we put down in our estimated numbers. All right, so let's jump here. All right, so under where it says net amount, you can, and again, you can have 3 grand up here and then 3,000 here, right? So then coming down here, we put down now rents in our area range anywhere from being in the hood or kind of the lower income areas of $400. Nicer areas, 1,500 to 2,000. So your area, if you're on one coast or another coast, could be 1,500 to 3,000. I just put down $800 just to be somewhere in the middle. All right, $20 for homeowners or renters insurance. You want to make sure somebody tried to take your stuff that you, if there's a fire or whatever bad situation that could happen, that you got some insurance in your content. So 820 total for that category. Next category here is utilities, electricity, water, natural gas, telephone, all that equals 340. Now, again, those numbers could be higher or lower depending upon what you put down on your sheet. That's just an estimation of what we got. Groceries about 200, eating out about 100. If you like to eat out, that number is probably too low, right? But just estimate at that $300 for it. And if you're a big football player, like some of the guys that I went to college with, I played college basketball, but some of them guys can eat, so they're probably going to spend more than $200. But under family obligations, I hope that that's not your situation, that you don't have any child support or any of the other stuff going on in that category. So let's move on down to health and medical. Health insurance could be maybe $150, and maybe you want to have a membership at the gym so you can stay nice and physically fit. And so that's $20, giving you a total of 170 in that category. So then we move over to the next one, which is transportation. So about $300 for a car. If you got a Maserati or something crazy, you may spend more than that. Or if you're driving a Houthi, you may have it less than that, but somewhere around $300. You need gas for your car. You need to have oil changes done every once in a while, so you need to have a little bit of money held back for that. And then auto insurance about $100. So that all totals out to 560. And coming down to debts, hopefully you don't have any of that. And then under entertainment, recreation, $100 for cable. It cracks me up when I do this live with students that they say, "Well, I'm not going to have any cable. I'm just going to watch Netflix." But I have 3 kids, and every last one of them have cable on their TV with multiple channels. And it's going to be really tough for me to believe that when they get their own place, they're not going to want to have the same thing that they're used to having now. So same thing I or maybe you're going to sacrifice. When you spend your own money, maybe you don't want to have all the stuff that your parents bought for you. Okay. Anyway, so vacations, you may want to do that. So $200 for that category. And then pets, you may want to have money going towards having a pet, or you may not. So I think somehow my sheet got off. So I'm going to keep going down. Yeah, it did jump on me. All right. And moving down here to your clothing, this category cracks me up. So I had people say nothing. They're not going to spend any money for clothing, and then I look down at their feet, and they have a pair of $200 uh, pair of sneakers on their feet, or they've got on all kind of they got on polo or whatever they got on. So or Michael Kors belts and all that stuff. So you're probably going to spend something for clothing just to keep the swag up. So then you got money that's going to go back for your investments or savings, what have you. So that's $200 there. And then miscellaneous, where you got to have paper towels, toilet paper. Those are necessities. Uh, Gifts, you don't want to be Scrooge at Christmas or people's birthdays. You want to get your hair cut, your fingernails done, whatever you're getting done. And so all that is a total of about $2,940. That means you only have $60 left over. You don't even have one of these $100 left over. You only got $60 left over, right? So my question and the reason why I have people do this exercise is, like, you see, like, if after you look at everything, and you may say some of your numbers are lower, some of your numbers are much higher than what I have, depending upon where you live. But based upon however you do it, you see that it's going to be pretty tight. Now, you're going to get ready to go through. You're doing it now. You're going through 4 weeks or however much time you decide to do this program in, to do these 15 to 30-minute assignments. And why are you doing all this, right? Well, you want to make sure you don't have student loans, that you maximize scholarships, and that you get as much money as you can from people's endowments and all that stuff, which we'll go deeper in that, the financial aid. But the biggest thing I want people to understand is, let's say you don't do this, or let's say you didn't have this as a tool, and you actually have student loans like the national average of students that have them. The average kid that graduates from college has anywhere between $30,000 to $60,000 in student loans. And what does that mean? That means that you're going to pay back anywhere between $300 to $700 a month in student loans. So I'm just going to go on the low end on that and just go under where it says debts. Go back up here a little bit higher. And under where it says debts, I'm just going to put in here $300 for student loans. So if I go $300 for student loans, and then I come back down here to that category that showed that you have $60 left over. Well, last time I checked, $60 minus $300 leaves you negative $240. So out of all the stuff that we have down here, you want to cut back on your toilet paper, getting your hair done, eating out, your cell phone, your vacations, your car. I mean, like, what are you going to cut back in order to make sure you cover that negative $240? I mean, most of the stuff, if you can see it, they're all pretty much necessities. I mean, some of the stuff, the vacations and all that, but I mean, if you want to travel, I mean, I would think you probably would want to cut that out of your budget. So my whole reason why we do this exercise is just to prove to you that, we're talking about real money, right? We're talking about, hey, this is your life, and it's important for you not to graduate from college and have student loan debts, or to minimize those as much as you can. So please, I'm begging you, go through each one of these assignments. Make sure you take your time, do what we're asking you to do. We've had other students go through it, and they have been successful following the roadmap that we're setting out for you. Some days you're not going to want to do it. I'm telling you that right now. But it's important to do it, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be forced with choosing one of these categories that you have to get rid of because you have a whole lot of student loans that you have to pay back. It's a real world out here, and these colleges are charging real money. All right. So that's all I have for day one. I just want to go through a fun activity where you can kind of look at how to create your own budget, and then kind of see an estimate of what we see for each one of those categories. All right. That's all I got. Peace.